Right, is this working? Let's have a look. Yeah, we're live. Cool, cool, cool. Let's shrink this. Right, so if I look tired, it's because I am tired. I've been working all day. I have been in this little cave all day editing. But Blackmagic have just announced made an amazing announcement. As you can tell, this is not scripted at all. So for weeks, it was rumoured that Blackmagic was going to be joining the alliance. And oh my god, they are now part of the... I'm not that corny. So yes, Blackmagic are now part of the alliance. Now this is amazing. Lumix and the alliance in general seem to be making massive strides. Another recent announcement was the use of LiDAR technology courtesy of DJI. But I was just sitting here chilling out, about to finish up the day. I just so happened to click on the Blackmagic live stream and this popped up. I was super eager. I was kind of waiting to see if they would announce a new camera. Now this week has been insane. The GFX 102, the iPhone, the G9 II. There's been loads and loads of announcements, but this is the one that's really got me excited, and I'm going to get into that throughout the video. Yesterday's live stream, I had an hour to prepare. This live stream, I had less than an hour. This is right after the stream. I've tried my best, so just let me know if everything's going alright. Now over here, I've got the video which I've recorded from Blackmagic. I'm not going to play all of it. I'm just going to try and play select parts. So what is the new Blackmagic camera? Well, it's called the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K. So the difference is it hasn't got the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera name, so it loses the pocket part, and it's the Cinema Camera 6K. This is immense. What this brings to the table is a full frame 6K sensor that is capable of recording in an open gate 3:2 aspect ratio, much like Panasonic's S5 cameras, the S5 II and S5 IIX, which I'm actually shooting this on right now, the S5 II. This is really... I cannot state how many spanners have been thrown in the work this week. I've always wanted a professional cinema camera, and I've just found they're a little bit out of my price range, or the camera's just not really spoke to me, or just not really done it for me. For example, the Sony FX30, a fantastic camera, but it just doesn't work for my personal needs. I clearly have a little bit of a bias towards Lumix cameras as well. Everybody has their biases, and that is fine. I do find it frustrating when I watch other well-known YouTubers sort of not take Lumix very seriously, and to be fair, it currently isn't up there in terms of sales with you know, your typical big three, which is Sony, Canon and Nikon. However, I've been following this brand for a while, and the reason I've never changed and jumped systems is because I do see them as a bit of a dark horse. Now, not only do they offer like a lot for me, I just found that there was only a few things they needed upgrading, and they are clearly working on that. Now, as someone who wanted the cinema camera and really likes the Lumix line, this has opened up the door for where I could have a Blackmagic camera, which I've wanted for a long time, and keep my S5 or whatever Lumix camera I decide to hold on to. I absolutely love this. This is like a dream come true. The most expensive thing when buying a camera isn't necessarily the body, it's all of the lenses. So I'm going to do a video about how I feel about the G9 II and whether I will jump ship from Canon. And at the moment, I'm kind of feeling, after weighing up how much everything's going to cost, it's better to stick with what I've got, just out of practicality. I don't get given anything. I've brought everything I ever own. I've had 8 or 9 Lumix cameras. Obviously I'm only a small YouTuber, but this is all from saving and trading all off my own back. So I've really got to pay attention to my purchasing because I don't get given stuff. So when I buy something, the amount of research I put into it is immense. Now, this Blackmagic camera also has, apart from being L mount, full frame, 6K, open gate, also has an OLPF filter, so you're going to avoid any anti-aliasing. I don't think the S5 II has that. I do wish it did have that, because I think the what it gives up in terms of resolution is only small, so I quite like having the OLPF filter. But for many photographers, it does give more detail, so swings and roundabouts, as they say. This also comes with Blackmagic's latest color science. It can do proxy recording. It has real-time LUTs, and you can work with the cloud flow in DaVinci Resolve. Now, I'm not going to play this whole video. I think what I'll end up doing is just jumping forward to the sizzle reel. Now, if you know anything about Blackmagic cameras, you know that they are just, that they give stunning images. Unfortunately, the dude didn't go too far into all of the specs, which was a bit annoying, but I'm sure more stuff will follow. However, it's safe to say it's probably going to be between 12 to 14 stops of dynamic range, and I imagine they've worked closely with Lumix and the other members of the alliance. I know he flipped the camera around at one point, and the orientation flips. I know that's something that's in Lumix cameras, so it's hard to tell how closely they've worked together. But in short, for a Lumix user who is now thinking of going to a cinema lineup, you could just have the best of both worlds. Have an amazing hybrid camera that is capable of incredibly high video quality and amazing photo capability with what I would consider, along with probably OM system, the best high-res photo mode in any system. Better than Canon, better than Sony. You can do RAW, JPEG, stitch it all together in camera. It's incredible. And then you can go and get your cinema camera and have an amazingly simple interface, the XLR inputs and everything that comes with having a cinema camera. And we all know how amazing those Blackmagic pocket cameras are. It uses I can't remember if it uses CFX. I don't think it uses. I think it uses CFast cards, so it should be nice and fast as well. I just wanted to give my first reaction. This is just freaking blown my mind. What an amazing week! And I want to show you that show reel, that sizzle reel that they've made as well, which I believe is around the 6-minute mark. Now, this is just, it's just stunning. I'll start from here. So I'm paying attention to the gradations in the sky. Just trying to. I've shot this in a desert, so it should give you an idea of how good the dynamic range is. So we've got 4K DCI there. Of course, we don't know if they are shooting this with any filters on. Dynamic range, look at the contrast between the indoors, the outdoors. Even with a filter, that would be difficult to do. I'm trying to look for highlight roll-off as well. Absolutely gorgeous. It's just such good video footage. Yeah, very harsh sun, and I would say the highlight roll-off is really good. Rather than playing all of this, I would go check out Blackmagic's channel and watch the show, but this is just gorgeous. So my first reaction, this is mind-blowing. What a week, and I do think Panasonic is the sleeping giant. I've watched, I mean, I really shouldn't be calling anyone out. I know the internet can be particularly mean, but there's certain photographers on here that I follow for a long time, and I just don't think they always quite get the Panasonic brand. It's right to call out the fact that Panasonic's autofocus was historically really bad. There's no clue outside of maybe pride why they would hold on to contrast for so long, but they are rectifying that. Their cameras have so much jammed into them, and at the moment they're cheaper than the competition. So bang for buck, they are the best cameras you can get. Now, for wildlife specific, that G9 has blown my mind. I might hold off and see what the S1 is like. But now the spanner is this. The price. It was about the 2,500 mark. What an amazing price! A cinema camera that blows the Sony FX30 out the water, and I'd much rather have one of these over one of the FX line, which just don't really speak to me. They haven't got like basic cinema camera features in, like the 180-degree shutter. It sounds simple, but it's nice to not worry about that at all. You set your shutter to 180 and that is it. Anyway, the price 2,500. I think that's a really great price. If you own a Panasonic camera and you want to make the jump into the world of cinema, what an amazing opportunity. Rather than splashing out and spending thousands upon thousands of some of these cinema cameras, you now have this amazing Blackmagic camera. All of your lenses will be interchangeable. You can even use the Sigma adapter and use your Canon lenses on there. They also include an adapter to use PL lenses as well. I can't tell you how excited I am. Now, my passion for wildlife photography, I mean, I could put my camera towards a cinema camera, but I'm in a nice spot at the moment. I do a lot of corporate work, and honestly, I don't really need any more cameras. I just really like using Lumix cameras, and I've always wanted a dedicated cinema camera. So those are my wants, but being realistic, I just love this S5 II. It does everything I need it to, and I love the R7 as well. I just like Lumix a little bit more. I don't know what to do. I need to make more videos. I'm going to keep this one as brief as it's been. I don't know, man. I mean, look, I've made all this up. Literally, I started working on this right after that stream. To sum everything up, Blackmagic 6K full frame cinema camera, around the $2,500 mark, and yeah, absolutely amazing. What a week for photo and video, and what amazing things we have to look forward to. I'm sure Sony have some amazing mind-blowing things around the corner, as does Canon. This feels very much like a renaissance for photography, and we might have our biases, but be happy that there's so many brands competing, because you will reap the rewards of that. Never be afraid to jump brand if you need to. Go for what is inspiring you to shoot. As for now, I'm gonna get out of here. I've got to remember to stop recording and set everything up again. It probably looks pants, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. It's been great doing this live stream. Unofficially sponsored by Brewdog. And yeah.